What is going on, everybody? It's prediction time. We've got Clash in Italy. I am back along with Little J and Final Flash and me, still your reigning, defending predictions champion, will put his title on the line for the 5 matches at Clash in Italy. So let's hit that intro and get into it. All right. First off, we are going to start with the women's championship of Rhea Ripley defending against Jade Cargill. I'll go first, and I'm easily going to say this is going to be Rhea Ripley. There's no point, just like last month, there's no point on putting these titles on people just to hotbox them back to the previous champion. Little J, who do you got and why?
I'm going to go with Rhea.
Rhea, for what reason?
Basically, what you just said, they're not going to hotbox it. Wouldn't make sense for them to have Rhea win it, then just pass it off to Jade in her one of her first few defenses. It just doesn't make any sense.
All right. Flash, who do you got and why?
I am also going with Rhea for the reason, and like you said, they ain't going to pass this title back and forth right at the moment.
Next up, we're going to jump into one of the big title matches, the WWE title match of Cody Rhodes versus Gunther. Little J, who do you got and why?
I'm going to go with Gunther.
Gunther, okay. For what reason?
They have him making people retire. I feel like if Cody beats him, it's gonna feel like it was for nothing. And I feel like since the trajectory that Gunther's going towards, it only makes sense for him to win.
All right, I'll go next. I'm also going Gunther because there's a lot to be said about the home crowd. He's going back in Europe. They like to give those. He's still going to have a massive cheering base out there, even though he's the heel. Also, I think there might be a little Sami Zayn interference to cost Cody the title. So I'm going to go with Gunther because there's a lot of things leading up to this. Looking like it could be a really good Gunther win for him. Flash, who do you got and why?
I'm going with Cody.
Cody? Okay, for what reason?
Because I have a feeling they're going to be trying to set up Randy Orton when he comes back. It's going to be Cody versus Randy Orton at SummerSlam for the title. And I do feel like there might be an interference, like you said, but I feel like it's going to be Randy Orton coming out in RKO and Cody.
And next up, for the Women's Intercontinental Championship, we've got the Mon, Becky Lynch versus Sol Ruca. Final Flash, who do you got and why?
I am going with Sol Ruca.
Sol Ruca, for what reason?
Becky got the win last time, so I have a feeling she's going to win the title from her at Clash, and it's going to set up a rubber match at SummerSlam for the Intercontinental title between Becky and Sol Ruca.
Little J, who do you got and why?
I'm going to go with Sol.
Sol, for what reason?
It's been leading up to this. She's the new star on the scene of the main event or on the main roster. And I feel like it would be great to see what she can do with the title.
All right. I am going with the man, Becky Lynch, for a few reasons. Main reason is Sol just got there. It's too soon to put a title on her. Honestly, I think putting a title on her now would kill some of its credibility that's been built up through the AJ and Becky stuff. So I think it's way too soon to put a title on Sol. Also, with the past couple weeks, with how she's been botching a little bit, I don't know if they're ready to pull that trigger yet to see if she can't correct herself. This is 2 weeks in a row, 2 shows in a row, she has botched her finisher. And I think they might want to pump the brakes a little bit on it. So I think eventually in time, yes, Sol could get this title, but I just don't think now is the time. As always, we'd like you to like these videos, share them with a friend, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything we drop. None of the Beyond the Rings, none of the lists, none of the future trivias we're going to be hitting. So if you have that notification bell hit, you're not going to miss any of that. Also, drop a comment down below. Let us know your picks. Who do you think's winning? Who do you think's walking out as champions? So let's get back to our prediction. And next up, we have the rematch of WrestleMania. Femi versus Brock Lesnar. Little J, who do you got and why?
I'm gonna go with Femi.
You're going to go with Oba? For what reason?
The match at Mania was to make Femi look dominant. It wasn't a very long match, and I feel like this match is gonna have some longevity to it. So it's gonna be a decent amount of time for the match to show both sides of who's the real next big thing.
I'll go next. I'm actually going Brock on this one. Because the reason is, if Brock beats Oba to give him his first main roster loss, it doesn't hurt Oba because Oba's already beat Brock. Also, this wasn't like a masterclass that the fans are clamoring to see again. So why run it back? Other than to let Brock get his win back. And continue on to maybe SummerSlam or something where he actually does retire. Whether it be Gunther or whatever. Or whoever it is. So, I honestly don't think Oba winning this match makes that much sense. This is something I feel that Brock should win because there's no other reason to do this match again. Flash, who do you got and why?
I am going with Oba.
Oba?
Yes.
For what reason?
Because he's still the hot thing right now, and plus I also think the way Oba's going to win isn't pin or submission. I think it's going to get to the point where it's just going to be a brawl in the disqualification.
All right. And finally, for the World Heavyweight Championship, Tribal Combat. Jacob Fatu versus Roman Reigns. Final Flash, who do you got and why?
This is a hard one because I really do want to see Jacob win the title. But I know Roman's gonna win.
Okay, for what reason?
He's undefeated in Tribal Combat, and for him to lose now, I feel like he's gonna win, and Jacob's gonna fall in line.
All right,
and then probably have another match later on down the road for the belt.
Okay. Little J, who do you got and why?
I'm also going with Roman.
Roman?
My tribal chief.
For what reason?
I feel like if Roman wins, it's gonna be more interesting seeing Fatu trying to get in line with acknowledging Roman. And I know that's just gonna end up exploding anyways. So I'd love to see that.
I'm going out on a limb here, since this has been a nice prediction. So it's got a good mixture of stuff. I'm going to say Fatu wins this. I'm going with Fatu. I mean, it's either way, and I'm not confident at this at all. But y'all mentioned it. Roman's undefeated in these tribal combat matches. If he just keeps winning them, they lose meaning. And also, how fun of a story would it be to tell with Jacob running the family? The chaos that it would bring. I think that would be the much more compelling story to tell. I mean, think about it. Roman having to follow somebody else for a change. And it being Jacob, who's just insane. I mean, because we kind of already had the story where, Roman was beating people and making them fall in line. We played that. I've seen that episode before. We haven't seen this. This would just make for great storytelling. Jacob winning just, I don't want to say makes sense, but would make for a better story. So I'm going to go with Fatu because it just feels more intriguing if this story takes him on a more intriguing turn if he wins this thing. If he wins the belt. If he wins the moniker of Tribal Chief. If he takes over the head of the table of the family. I mean, you just got to think about that. It just so many more ways they can go with things with it. So I'm going Fatu because it would be so intriguing. There's our predictions, the 5 matches, pretty good change of everything. We're only all in agreement on the Rhea match, so we're gonna have a definitive. I don't think we're gonna have a definitive winner this time around, and not just me keeping my title because it's a bunch of ties. Little Jay, you're probably gonna come in last for once. Might have to do a special punishment treatment just to finally get you with one. But anyways, like I said, like, share, subscribe, hit notifications, drop comments. Thanks for watching, and we will see you again.
Watch out, 'cause I'm here now and I'm staying.